Hey, what's going on? Let me lower this music a little bit. I think that's good. Okay. Let me get the camera situated. This is what we're looking at today. McFarlane's got this new line called RAW10. And they're pretty damn cool. The coolest thing about them is that we're talking about a line that's it's all vinyl. It's got very little articulation, but it does have some. But they're really low in price too, so it's pretty badass. Let me see if I can get the camera on here. It's gonna tip. It's gonna tip. If I pull it back. Does that work? It's only the second time I've done this, so you gotta bear with me a little bit. Let me see. Is it gonna stay? Or is it gonna fall over? It wants to fall over. What can I do? I'm not sure. Almost there. If I just put my foot on it. Will that work? Well, it's working pretty good. All right, screw it. All right, so may as well start with the Raptor. Let me get rid of these other guys. Let me see. I would get him out easiest. Oh, that wasn't too hard. Where else is he attached? Down there. Let's see. There we go. I think he's free. Yep, he's free. Cool. Okay, so here's Raptor. So the first question everybody's going to have is, can he turn his head? Because he's like backwards. I don't know why they sculpted him like this. It's a little weird. The tail will turn, so that's good. Does the head move though? Oh wait. The head moves. Can we get it around? I'll wind up snapping this kid in half. It takes a lot of strength. Okay, so the head turns around. But then it's like all the way down like this. Let's see how much I can hike him up. At least you know the joints are stiff. Okay, so that's not bad at all. All right, so all the people talking about his head was backwards. I'm sure they just did that for the packaging. Now, Unfortunately, there's the sculpt, and that's where it lines up. So if you don't care about lining up the sculpt, you can definitely get his head straighter. Yeah, that's as good as it gets, man, to get him straight forward. So, yeah. But, I mean, the details on this are sick. All right, so the mouth moves a little bit, but this is all it does. I don't know why bother. Why bother? Why would you do that? Nah, that's going to break if I push it more. All right, so it's a great sculpt. And I think it's only like 15 bucks. So can you really complain too much? I don't know. The details are great. These are cool. I mean, the sculpt, you can't put down the sculpt at all. And then the robot parts. He's even got the little claw that sticks up. The tail. The tail is not bendy, just so you know. This is all hard. But I mean, it's got a joint here. And then it's got a joint here. And then it's got a joint. Where did I turn it? Did I turn it there? I guess that's all I did. So yeah, so you get that. That's what you get. Those are your joints. So it looks great. I mean, this is not an expensive figure. I don't know why. Why would you? What was the intention here? I don't understand this. So like if I cut out this right here, does that mean I can open and close his mouth? I mean, obviously it's open, but it doesn't do anything. I don't know. I don't know what people are thinking sometimes, but great looking figure, you must admit. All right, let's look at Saigor. Check out Saigor. Saigor's the big mamma jamma in the line. I remember him from the Spawn line originally. I don't know what he did in the comics at all, because I did not read those. But how can you go wrong with a giant rampaging sword ape? There's one more down there. So I will get it. Got it. Okay. So there's little art cards back there too, if you didn't see. See that right there? What does it say about Saigor? Saigor is the pinnacle of the robotic animal weapon raw lab science. He is the perfect combination of beast and machine. Designed as a test subject for Raw's newest cybernetic enhancements, Saigor exceeded his potential to become Raw's greatest success. His brute strength is augmented with metallic muscles, and his intellect, instincts, and reflexes are perfectly tuned with built-in combat matrix. He was created to be a next-gen warrior. Now the perfect weapon is on loose and out of control. So he's a silverback gorilla, and his attacks are power slam, monkey punch, and rage attack. You know, I think he'd be insulted if you said one of his attacks was monkey punch. Wouldn't you be insulted? I'd be insulted. Rule number 1, I rule. Well, you know, it's fun. You can't blame them for wanting to put a little bit more of a story in here, but man, any argument you may have for the cheesiness of the story goes away when you realize this is a $20 figure. You know, look at this thing. It's amazing. This is a chunky figure. Nice close-up of the face. Arms. Get the back. It's got some vents or something. None of this moves, so you know this is like a rotocast piece, but it feels. Usually rotocast is a little more spongy to the feel. This feels like hard plastic but hollow. But look at those teeth. They definitely didn't skimp on the paint here. He's a great looking piece. Got the fur, the monkey feet, and the robot monkey foot. So no problem standing at all. Oh look, it says raw on the bottom of that foot. Cool. So yeah, he's just like, he's a beefy frickin' figure. So you got arms, and you got the head. The legs move. That leg moves. That leg moves, but they're both swivels, so you know. I think the only movement you want to really do is just for making them stand well. Other than that, what's the point? But you could get the rage going with the arms above his head. Yeah, this is an awesome chunky figure. Cool, cool, cool. So that's Saigor. What do we want to look at next? Let's see. Oh wait, here. I'll show you the first two we've done so far. So you've got Raptor. Does Raptor even stand? Let's find out. The problem is, being in the box the way that it was, it pulls the legs together. See how close the legs are? So that doesn't really lend to standing very well. So I don't know if he's going to stand at all. I'm going to have to do something with the tail. Can I even do something with the tail? No, because see, the bends in the tail are only up here and up here. So I can't do something to make the tail reach the floor. So he's not going to stand, huh? No, I think I got to do the hairdryer trick. Separate these legs a little bit. Otherwise, he's not standing. I'm going to have to drill some holes. I'm going to have to drill some holes to make him stand, but anyway. You can see the difference in scale between the two. See? Saigor's a ton bigger. So let's look at the shark next. This is Frenzy. What's his story? Frenzy is the king of the ocean, every ocean. He is a mix of robotics and the DNA of a great white shark combined with the prehistoric megalodon super shark for extra terror. Frenzy was created to be the prototype for a new breed of aquatic weaponry, but the dangerous minds at the robotic animal warrior RAW Labs did their job too well and Frenzy escaped. Now he stalks the oceans, an unstoppable hunter, part shark, part machine, all deadly. So he's a great white shark, and his attacks are Power Jaws, Frenzy Strike, and Fin Attack. You know, if they don't do a video game with these at some point, I'm gonna be upset. I guess that's his taunt. Come on in, the water's fine. I don't know. Alright, let's pull him out. I think that's all of the tabs. Is it Shark Week? I think it's Shark Week this week. Does anybody know if it's Shark Week? I think it's Shark Week. That's cool. So, got a hinge right there. And then it's got a ball joint in there somewhere. And then it's got a ball joint in here somewhere. And then does it? Oh, the mouth closes. Yes. See, this is what an open and closed mouth is supposed to. That's what it's supposed to do. It's very pointy though, so not the most comfortable thing in the world, but pretty damn cool. So, it's a good look at the face. And that mouth, and it's pretty deep in there. So if you wanted to chuck some figures in there, you could. You could get some GI Joes in there. We'll check that out in a little bit. I've got some guest stars that we could put up against these, so you could see the possibilities for photo shoots and whatnot. Looks like a nice big tooth mark on his head. Teeth marks, maybe? Not sure. What would you think that was? I think they're teeth marks. He's got a big old gash on the top here. It's like deep. His gills are all bloodied up. You can't really tell how big these are when you see them in pictures. You got to get them in your hands when you're in the stores, because these are chunky pieces. So see, he'll wrap like almost into you. So here you can see these don't move at all. These are stationary, so at least he'll stand, kinda. You know, if you want to put him on a shelf, he's good to go. But he's just as long as Saigor. See, look. Let's get this Raptor out of here. Here's Saigor. And here's Frenzy. So, he's like comparably big. So, for your $20, you're getting a whole lot of plastic. All right, so there's one left in the line. That's the Rattlesnake. This is the one that everybody's been most excited about because he's supposedly bendy and he's got a lot of character to him. I mean, who doesn't like a cyber snake? For me personally, it's all about Saigor. Saigor is awesome. That's what made me want this line when I first heard about it. There's the art. Let's see. Rattlesnake is the product of mad science, fusing reptile DNA with radical cyber technology and self-powered ion core energy systems. The engineers in the top-secret robotic animal warrior labs created a true monster, possessing genius-level intelligence and futuristic combat programming. Rattlesnake can hypnotize his prey before striking with his piercing techno-fangs. His super steel underbelly and reinforced hood protect him from attacks, and his sinister mind makes him a threat to all living things. Okay. His attacks are Coil Strike, Fang Strike, and Hypno Gaze. And his crap-talking line is Beware My Bite. Beware my bite. Which is, not very menacing, but, I mean, it's on point. It's on message. What can I say? But here he is. Something right out of G.I. Joe, which I will prove shortly. Design. Mouth opens and closes. Up to about, like, let me see, like there. That's as far as it'll go. But, I mean, the teeth are almost touching the bottom here, so He's got that like violator mouth thing going on that Todd likes to do, where the bottom jaw is bigger than the upper jaw. This is definitely a Todd design. Talking about Todd McFarlane, of course. The tongue is not going to snap off. And then here's the back of him. So this feels like a rubber snake back here. Is it bendy is the question. I don't think it is. Usually if it's bendy, you see those little dots, right? So those little dots would be like all through here. And then you'd be able to do like this and stuff. But nope. Not a bendy snake. So half of him is solid plastic. And then you get to about here. You can see the joint separation. And then all of this is rubber snake. Except for, well, no, that's rubber snake too. Yeah, so all of this is actually rubber snake. It's not bendy like people have been saying. So, which is unfortunate, but I mean, this is the $10 one. So for 10 bucks, this thing is cool as hell, I think. What do you think? Think it's worth 10 bucks? I think it's worth 10 bucks. I'd spend 10 bucks on this. It's got like spawn eyes on the back. Because Todd can't resist. These details. This thing would not be hurt by a little black wash. I mean, it's got like a little bit of a purple wash to it. But I think if you went over the head with a little bit of black wash, it'll bring out, look at all of those scales, man. All of those scales would just pop. So just like a little bit. See, up in here, it's okay. They got the purple going here, but in here, it doesn't seem like they really did anything. And then like on his face. Around the eyes looks fantastic. I like that kind of like diffused, like that, what do they call it? It's like a shadowy eye. As the goth girls do. And the goth guys, really. I would want to throw some wash in here too. Make this pop. I know one guy that would want to chrome the hell out of this. Chrome the hell out of this. Chrome is the word I'm looking for when I can speak. Yep. So, what do we want to show you? I got a box full of toys right here. That'll show you how these stack up with other figures. So, this is a little preview for you. This is Aquaman from the now defunct DC Direct. This is their Deceased line that's supposed to come out in September. I don't know what the deal is now because they're done. They're obviously done. This is a finished figure. This is 100% finished. But as I was gathering stuff for the shoot, I wanted an Aquaman, of course, to stand next to the shark. So why not a dead Aquaman? Although they're not dead. Are they dead? Yeah, they're dead. In Deceased, they're dead. But they're not zombies. They're like, they have like a virus. Like a techno virus. It's like a hack almost. It's weird. It's the anti-life equation is exactly what it is. So you get a good look at him before I do my video on them. They didn't do too much to them. You know, there's like a splash of blood here and there, but there's no like sculpt details that show like ripping in his clothing or anything. Just the face really is the only new sculpt. The body is a reused sculpt and they just did the splash. Splash of red here, splash of red there, red on the hands, and not even on like the feet, or like everything from like the knees down is like nothing. Not a drip of paint. So kind of disappointing, but still, if you got to buy all the zombies in the world, this is one you're going to want to add to your collection. Anyway, he's here because I wanted to show him next to the shark. So this will give you an idea of the scale. You know what? Let me just take this off. There you go. So DC's figures are they 7-inch or are the new ones 6-inch? I think they're a little taller than 6-inch because they weren't scaling up exactly with Marvel Legends. So yeah, so this is essentially an Essentials body line. Is it Essentials? I can't tell. I can't see the box from here. But I think it's technically an Essentials figure. But this is deceased. So, but here's Aquaman. And here's how your modern Aquaman figures will look next to this Cyber Shark. Let me open his mouth. Make him stand. He was standing before, wasn't he? Come on. Stand up. If I just put him like this. Here, give you a good idea. The size. See, so the shark is like a really good size for Legends, I think. If you want to have some fun with your DC Aquaman stuff or Namor. Could be good with Fantastic Four, of course. Doctor Doom. If you could get this like a greenish paint wash and make this like a Doom bot that swims around the island, that would be cool. But just so you know, size-wise, that should give you an idea. Hey, Danny. We're checking out McFarlane's RAW10 figures. So if there's anything in particular you want to see, give a shout. If you want to see any of these compared with some other figure, give a shout. I don't know if I'll have it near enough to me to show, but I do have a box of stuff in front of me. And you might have psychic powers and know what's in there. So I just wanted to show off mainly what your average, like, around 6-inch figure will look like. With these guys. So here, and if you want to see him next to Saigor, there you go. Saigor is huge. Now, if they made a Gorilla Grodd figure like that, I would lose my mind. That would be great. Why have they not? I mean, they made a pretty beefy Gorilla Grodd, but I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't be that big. I don't know. I like my giant monsters to be giant monsters. And Saigor is a proper giant monster. Speaking of Saigor, hang on. I'll show you something cool. Let's get rid of the shark. Whoops. That really got rid of the shark. Here's the old Saigor. So this is the boxed, like, deluxe McFarlane Saigor. He's kind of a mess. He's definitely not as pretty as the new one. He's got wires hanging all over him, and he's got stitches. This is like a classic example of an overly designed toy. But, I mean, he's cool. He's got this janky arm with a hook on it, like he's a pirate. And then he's got like real wires on the side. But thankfully, you can replace him now. Because look at that Saigor. So this is how the two stack up. Right? He does. I mean, this was the go-to Saigor for a long time. And I think this is the one. Can I pull his stomach off? Was this the one where you pull his stomach off and there was like a little monkey inside? I think. I'm afraid if I pull it off, though, it's not going back on, though, so I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to leave that right like that. Here's his back. Anyway, you can see the new Saigor is like way bigger, way prettier, way cooler, and for 20 bucks, man, you definitely can't go wrong. So I still like that Saigor though, for a monster, you know what I mean? But that Saigor, that'll probably be my go-to Saigor. I mean, they both pose like just as much as the other, so it's not like one has more articulation than the other, that's for sure. Let's see what else we got in the box. Got the new Wonder Woman. These are 7-inch. This is from McFarlane too. Do you want to see how the new Wonder Woman looks next to Saigor? Then you can get an idea what the other McFarlane superheroes look like next to Saigor and the other guys. Let me see how easy I can get her out of here. Hang on, let me put this on. Okay, Danny says yeah. Danny, you get what you want. Let me see. Let's get this open. So this is Wonder Woman, by the way, from the new, what is it, 1984? Is it 84 or 86, the new Wonder Woman movie? I don't know. I can't remember. But I don't even know when it's coming out at this point. Have they even decided that? Does anybody know when the new Wonder Woman movie is coming out? Right, there's the wings. Do I need the base? Well, let's take out the base just in case, because if she don't stand, we're going to be S out of luck. Okay, there's the base. And there's a little arm. She's stuck in there anyway. Oh yeah, she's got these new twisty ties that are like translucent. There we go. Okay. There she is. I mean, compared to the dolls that are out there, this is great. I mean, Mattel was no slouch when the first movie came out. Their figures looked pretty damn good. I don't know why. I guess maybe, I don't know. Did people not like the movie? Why were those figures so cheap? Did they make too many? Did they think the movie was going to be like a giant smash? Well, that's a little weird. See, this is like a bendy, like a rubbery kind of plastic. So it sits oddly on her torso. So it'll line it up like you would want. A little difficult. Does she not have a sword? That's weird too. I guess you got to get the other Wonder Woman to have a sword. Which I have around here somewhere, but not at the moment. Like that. I have a feeling once I get these in, they're not going to want to come out again. Are these bendy? No, these aren't bendy. These are jointed though. See the little joint right there? There you go. So now she's all together. So let's not even worry about standing her on the table when we can just put her on a stand. We can get her on there. There we go. All right, so Here's your scale difference. So all the McFarlane DC stuff is in a 7-inch scale. So that's her Saigor, and the snake is still pretty big. I mean, if you count the length, it's still going to look fantastic in any of the pictures. Yeah, that still looks cool with 7-inch figures, I think. I think ideally you're going to want to do 6-inch figures to like 3 3/4 figures with him, though. Otherwise, he might look a little wimpy. And then here's that Raptor. Which will not stand. I'm gonna have to figure out a stand or something for the Raptor, because I don't know. It could be because of the way that they engineered that head, where I mean, you saw the head was like facing backwards in the packaging. When you pull it forward, it might mean that the Raptor will not ever stand again. But you know, maybe, does it balance? Am I completely wrong? No, that's not standing. That's not going to stand. No, it's not going to stand. I don't know why I'm even trying. For anybody just tuning in, the saddest thing about the Raptor is that's what the mouth does. Why would you put a hinge on a mouth and it does that? That's sad. Sad. Anyway, so your 7-inch McFarlane DC figures will scale like that. You want to see the shark? There's the shark. Right? It's I don't understand. What's the point? Although, if we're talking about like Justice League Unlimited, a lot of those can't stand, but at the time they were like $5 figures with 5 points of articulation, and they kind of look perfect to the cartoon, and you couldn't not get them. They're so great. It's such a great line, and I don't think any of those damn figures stand. When I finally put my setup together, I'm gonna have to invest in many stands, or I don't know, figure out something with blue tack, because it's just not gonna work. Anyway, here's the shark. Shark does look a little small next to 7-inch figures, I will say. See, because again, there's your average. The essentials figures are what, like a little over 6-inch. So could tell she's taller. Yeah, so I think the shark and the snake look better with 6-inch figures and under. Whereas Saigor can stand in there. All right, what else we got in the box? We've got Optimus Prime. Got Louis Tully. I just thought this would be a funny shot. There you go. Anybody got a milk bone? That is the number one reason why I pulled him out of the box. Out of all of the figures, I mean? Or like of all time? Or... that's a big ask. They've made so many figures, and I have most of them. The tail end Spawn stuff was the best stuff, I think. You guys agree with me? They did the covers series, where each one was made after a cover, a Spawn cover, and they had a Spawn with like the Hangman's noose around him, and they had a Spawn jumping through the air with a crazy cape folding out behind him, and bats all coming off of him and everything. And they had what else did they have? Oh, that was the line that had the Spawn sitting on the throne holding the skull. That one was really cool. But all of those Spawns are like amazing. They're just so well sculpted, and they're so beautifully painted. Sure, they've got like 1 or 2 points of articulation, but who cares, man? But if you want articulation, that's also the line that gave us, well, I think it was right before the comic line. Right before then was the super articulated Spawn, and that Spawn is pretty damn amazing. And even his cape has like hinges to it, and wraps around in different ways and has layers to it. And man, yeah, that super articulated Spawn is pretty badass. I couldn't think of what my all-time favorite Spawn figure is, though, because I've never thought of it before. So, but those covers figures are pretty great. The one that I've had on display the longest, I can say, is the one that's jumping with the bats that come off of him, and then he's got the giant cape behind him, and he looks like he's part of West Side Story, but it's still really cool for some reason. I don't know why it works, but it does. It works. I don't know why it works, but it works. So yeah, so I think just off the top of my head, considering that I had that on display the longest, that's probably my favorite Spawn from that whole line. But I couldn't tell you my favorite McFarlane figure. I'd have to really, really think about it. But anyway, there's Lewis. So, I guess Lewis was a 7-inch scale too. So, from the Ghostbusters line from Diamond Select. So, again, that'll give you an idea of some scale. What else do we have in here? Do you want to see what Masterpiece Optimus looks like next to Saigor? Because I can do that. What do you guys think? Yay or nay? I also have the Predator from NECA. What do they call him? So the last Predator movie, there was that giant Predator. I pulled him out to see how he would look with these guys. I've got that. I've got some random Techno Spawn guys. I've got some Diamond Select Pacific Rim robots. So you can see how those look like with these guys. And then I've definitely got a bunch of G.I. Joes in the bottom, so you could see how those scale with these. So what do you want to see first? I'll leave it up to you. I got Predator. I got a Diamond Select Star Trek figure too. I've got the big Optimus Prime figure. What do you want to see? What do you want to see next to these guys so you can see how it scales up? Let me know. Let me know. Maybe I'll just pull out the Predator first, because the Predator is cool. Hang on, let me clip this on. There we go. This Predator is huge, though. I'm not sure Saigor is going to look like a badass anymore. See, it's this one. This is the one I was talking about. If you only want to own one Predator in your lifetime, I feel like that's the Predator. Do I have a Shockwave? I don't. I definitely do not have a Shockwave. Here, this is what the Predator looks like. Because he's definitely not going to stand. I don't know if he came with the stand, but he's definitely not standing on his own. There you go. So he's almost head to head with Saigor. That's a big damn figure. The snake. Everybody else looks pretty wimpy compared to him. Except maybe for the shark looks pretty good next to the predator. That's not terrible, but I think he's a little too big for that setup. Let's see Optimus. Let's see what Optimus looks like with these guys. Now he'll stand up. Whenever you hear those clicks, that's like the best sound in the world. You know, these guys won't have any problem standing on their own. So this is considered the masterpiece scale, I believe. Although mine is not the original masterpiece ones. Mine's the one that came out, I guess it was an anniversary edition, and it came with a base that talked, and it was in Toys R Us for the longest time. And I got it on sale. I've had them ever since. So this would be a cool fight. This right here. Get like a Beast Wars thing going on. Oh, you know what? What if you repainted Saigor like Megatron? Is the Siege figures, are those the new ones? Because the new figures look fantastic. I've been so tempted. Ever since they started making Transformers figures with like both hands, like not a freaking car door for an arm, I've been really tempted to pick up Transformers figures again. And I picked up a bunch, and then I sold them off, and then now these new ones are out, and I'm like, oh man, because they look so good. And I'm such a massive fan of Transformers the movie that I have like a stack of the mail away bumper stickers when you entered like the contest after you saw the movie. I have like a stack of those somewhere. That's how many times I saw the damn movie. But yeah, since those look just like their like G1 models, man, they look so great. It's hard not to buy them all, but I have so many toys, as you will find out the more you watch these videos. But anyway, that's what he looks like next to Saigor. And then there's the snake. See, the snake's not too bad either. And the shark is actually really cool. I think the shark looks the best with the Transformers. The masterpiece ones. Notice I'm not even picking up the Raptor because he's a mess. He's just laying back there. Alright, so that's what they look like. What else do I got? Do you want to see some G.I. Joes with these guys? Let's yank those out. There's some Joes. There's a gun. There's some Joes. I also have the little tiny Transformers that I found in the dollar store. Just so you could see if you wanted to mess around. Because I thought this looked cool. Hang on. Check this out. So you've got the little tiny ones. These were at Dollar Tree, I believe. These are great for $1 a piece, especially. I would buy so many more of these. Have to. I haven't seen the Super Impulse World's Tiniest Transformers yet, but I did email them to see what they wanted to show off. These are the dollar store ones. But to show you what I had in mind. Check out them next to the shark. That's cool. See, that's pretty badass. Grimlock still thinks he can take him. There you can see the size. See, now those look awesome next to him. Just like a giant transformer devouring shark. I mean, the snake looks good too. Cyborg looks ridiculous. Cyborg looks like he wants to go toe-to-toe with Metroplex. So, maybe not Cyborg. But that's cool. I thought those would look cool. They definitely do. Alright, so let me clip this again and I'll pull out these G.I. Joes. There we go. Got some Crimson Guards. This is all the anniversary stuff, which is my favorite. And then I got a matching outfit, Cobra Commander. So, when I first saw the snake, this was my first thought. Here's the sword. Right hand. Is Cobra Commander right-handed or left-handed? I never thought about that. But I guess this will work. See, G.I. Joes can stand. What the hell? If a G.I. Joe can stand, I feel like any toy should be able to stand. Why are his legs all janky? Stand up. Just put him next to him. The ones without the helmets could be the Snake Wranglers. If he stands. There we go. So now you need this. If you're a G.I. Joe guy, you need this snake. How cool is this? Right? Yeah, he's definitely going with my my G.I. Joe setup. Once I have a setup in some way. I just moved, so all of my stuff is everywhere right now. So I'm trying to figure out what setups I'm actually going to put together because I have so many toys I can't put up everything, so, but I definitely got to get G.I. Joe in there, and I feel like the snake needs to be a part of it. So there's a good idea of the scale. He looks awesome. And if you want to see what he looks like going into battle, I can do that. All right. Put these guys over here. Shark over there. Got this guy back here. This is also anniversary. Whoops, came right off. Hope that's not broken. Is that broken? I don't think it's broken. No, I don't think it's broken. I think it's just been in a bag for a very long time. Let's go this way or this way. Like that. Like that, I guess. So that it goes all the way back. And he sits here. See, I never even took these out of the package. The rubber bands are like disintegrated. Did a great job on him. Don't you think? So then he goes there. There you go. So yeah, that snake is awesome. Right? I would definitely have like Cobra in the background and a snake forward and put like Roadblock like here with the gun just like laying into him. But it's really a shame that this guy isn't bendy. I would have paid 10 more bucks for him if he was a bendy. But I mean, you could probably get something going on like that. Kind of as good as it gets, because it is a big rubber snake, but that still looks cool, I think. Get that going on like that. They could be rappelling down the side of a mountain, shooting at him. But yeah, that's as much as he poses. I wonder if you could make him bendy. Like if I slit this body open and I ran wires through him, would that just destroy the toy? I feel like that would destroy the toy. I don't think that. I don't think you could just make something bend. It's a shame. It's a shame, but I mean, 10 bucks. Come on. $10. Can't really complain. All right. I think you've got your fill of RAW10. This line is very cool. It's in Walmart right now, as far as I know. Last Walmart I walked into, they actually had Saigor, but nobody else. So that's not really a gauge of who's the hottest in the line, but I would assume Saigor and him would be the hardest to get. Perhaps. All right, so I'm going to call it a night in a minute, unless there is anything new you guys want to see. I did have a couple of things come in. What do I have? Because there was more McFarlane stuff in the box. Not like super, super new stuff, but pretty new stuff. And then I have the new Michael Myers cloth figure from NECA. and I've got the big chap glow-in-the-dark alien, and some other odds and ends. So if there's something you want to see real quick before I sign off, give a shout. Now's the time, or else I'm going to call it a night and go get something to eat. What do you guys want to see? Anything, or are you good for the night? I'm going to do this more on a more regular basis. I just don't have a schedule in mind right now, so I will try and give a shout before I go live. So at least you got some running time. But I don't have like a set schedule yet. I might even take this over to Twitch and then just put the VODs on YouTube. I don't know. Have not decided yet, but so if you guys don't want to see anything else, I am going to call it quits. So thank you for watching. Thank you for hanging out with me, asking some good questions, and checking out these new McFarlane figures. Thanks to McFarlane for sending these over, because you guys rule. And thank you guys for your support. If you have not yet, please hit that subscribe button and jump into the comments and let me know what you want to see next. All right. Hey, Danny, I was just about to wrap it up. Danny, is there anything new that you want to see? I don't know if I'll have it, but if it's sitting right next to me, I'll show it to you. I think I just got in these RAW10 figures actually came in a box with a bunch of other McFarlane stuff. So I do have some more McFarlane things. I've got, what new McFarlane do I have? What new Marvel do I have though? I do collect Marvel. Marvel Legends is like my jam. The only thing super new I have is Gwen Stacy from the Spider-Man retro line. Have you seen her yet? I could show her off. What do you think? I think that's the newest figure I have is Gwen Stacy. Yeah, you want to see her? Okay, hang on. I'll grab her. I have so much Marvel Legends, man. I'll do one show just on Marvel Legends when I start setting up my display, maybe. I'll let people decide, like, I don't know, maybe I'll let people decide like what I put together and stuff. I just sorted all my Marvel Legends and it took, I want to say about 2 to 3 weeks. It was insane. If you saw the amount of Marvel Legends I have, I think one day I'll just go live and I'll just sit here with a bin and you guys can tell me who you want to see and I'll pull out the figures. And we'll just do a potluck like that. But hang on, I will grab Gwen Stacy. There she is. There she is. So these just started hitting the Walmart next to me. My nearest Walmart now. They just got in the Strong Guy wave, which I missed by like probably 5 minutes because a guy rolled past me and had them all in his cart. That's the worst thing you want to see when you go toy hunting is you're rolling through and you got like the milk and you've got the bread and you've got the water. And then you've got like the one figure you saw in the toy aisle that you like that you don't have yet. And then a guy goes rolling past you and he's got all of the rest of them. You don't want to hate him, but you kind of hate him. So here's the Gwen Stacy. Yeah, these just finally hit my my local Walmart. Let's take her out. It's kind of hard to open because they've got this like there's this double layer on the packaging. I guess it makes it harder for people to pilfer them. Maybe this is their answer to theft. Not sure. But all I know is I never had a Gwen Stacy figure. And now I do. It's cool that they're finally making these figures that nobody ever had before. She's got a little handbag. She's got a little book that says Midtown High School on it. She's got a little rolled up Daily Bugle. If I can get it out. That doesn't want to come out at all. Oh, there we go. We got the Mary Jane head, which now I need a body because that Mary Jane 2-pack was like impossible to get. So I don't have a Mary Jane. So now I have a head to tease me. I'm going to have to find a body for her that works. I wonder who I could use. I'll have to think about that. Here's Gwen. She looks great. They did such a good job on her. Even though she's got spellcaster hands. I don't know why you would bother with that. This is all soft, so that won't snap off. It's cool that she's got this coat, but her articulation works really well with it because they do that thing where the coat ends like right here and then it doesn't obstruct the shoulder at all. And then she does have a mid-torso, so that's not obstructed either. Pretty cool. The only thing, of course, is the skirt. So the skirt does have a slice up the side, but I would not tempt fate too much because the other side does not. See? So that's as much as I would do. But she does have the double knees and is that rocker? I don't think so. I don't think it's a rocker foot. I think it's just hinged. But yeah. Let me see if I could get the Daily Bugle into her hands. Gonna work. I don't want to snap her right out of the package. Ooh, wait, that works. There you go. Fight of the century. She's gonna bad dog him. And then, you know, you can make use of the Mary Jane head. I don't know if it'll stay in there. Will it stay in there? There you go. There you go. You already claimed a victim. And now you got a horror movie. All right, we're gonna call it a night. Thanks everybody for watching. Thanks Danny for hanging out. please hit that subscribe button when you get a chance, and jump into the comments if you want to see more stuff. If you have ideas for what you want to see, I have a massive collection. So if you just want me to sit here and show you an entire line of something one day, we can definitely do that, because I'm definitely going to do it with Harry Potter one day to show you all the stuff they have across all the lines, and I could certainly do it with Marvel Legends. So let me know what you guys want to see in the comments, and I will be back soon. See y'all later.